the tag video for the Evil Asks, and I just thought I would give it a go. I've seen a couple of ASMR artists answer these, but I kind of thought, why not answer them myself? So, the first one. Just so you know, I have not even looked at these questions. I've seen other people answer them, but I've not considered any of my answers, so these are all going to be very much live. Okay. If you could get away with one murder in your lifetime without any legal, social, or emotional repercussions, would you kill someone? Again, I've seen several people answer this one, and this is probably the one that I thought the most about when I was watching. If we're being honest, I probably could. I don't think I could in person. Like, I would have to do something like poisoning a drink or something. I could never stab somebody or shoot somebody. I just couldn't do that unless it was to save my family. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that. Yes, if my family or very good friends were in danger. Okay, what is your first thought when you receive a message on Tumblr? Are you excited for the idea of someone potentially on the other side of the world wanting to talk to you, or fearful that someone will criticize you? I'm always really excited when I get messages on Tumblr because my best friend and I have a Tumblr together, and it's really exciting when we get messages because we don't get them very often. So I'm not worried. And if someone criticizes us, we usually just delete it. Have you ever looked down on someone because you thought their religious views were superior, or because you thought your religious views were superior? I think in a way we all think that our religious views are superior to other people's, whether it's whether you're an atheist and you meet someone that's a Christian and you're like, that's stupid, or whether you are a Christian and you look at someone who's Muslim. I think everyone thinks that their religious view is superior, and so you're going to be a little bit judgmental because of that. So I'm going to say yes. I believe that I've been judgmental in the past of other people based on their religion, not on my religion. Would you rather know everything the universe has to offer, but in exchange lose all emotions, or remain the way you are now? I'm an extremely emotional person. I couldn't lose all my emotions, so definitely I don't want to know everything. If you could live and be healthy without sleeping, eating, or drinking, which would you cut out of your life? I would cut out sleep, because I love to cook, and coffee is one of my favorite things in the world. So I would definitely cut out sleep. If you could take on the exact body and form of anyone else on Earth, who would it be? If I could take on... That's really complicated. Because if we're being honest, I'd say Jennifer Lawrence has a great body, but if I could have anyone's face, it would be... Or are we talking about personality too? Maybe Emma Watson. Yeah, because everyone wants to be Hermione Granger. Okay, would you rather burn to death or freeze to death? Oof, freeze. I couldn't burn. If it meant it would solve all world hunger, war, disease, and whatever that word is. I feel really stupid. I'm looking this up. Okay, racism. We're gonna call it that. That's a synonym. Would you spend the rest of eternity in hell? We're gonna be sounding really selfish here, but no, I wouldn't. I couldn't spend all of eternity in hell. I know that it would end the world's problems, but no. Was the first crush in your life something you had, or something someone had on you? I definitely had a crush on someone. From a young age, I always liked boys. I was like in preschool, I had a crush on a guy named Jeremy. In kindergarten, it was someone named Christopher. First grade, it was Daniel. So I mean, it's just, I always liked guys, so I'm pretty sure it was something I had on someone. Could you live without having sex ever, or ever again, in exchange for eternal youth? I don't really think I want eternal youth, if we're being honest. I kind of want to grow up and have kids, and have my kids have kids, so I think I'll keep the sex, not be young. Have you ever watched a full-length pornographic movie? No. I think full length is defined as like an hour and a half. I don't know what a full pornographic movie is, so we're gonna say no. The Beatles or the Rolling Stones? The Rolling Stones. If you could have the ability to manipulate matter or energy, which would you choose? I think matter is really like, I don't know, I think it's kind of more typical. I mean, not typical, but I think it's more like basic stuff. Like I could take my pillow and stretch it and push it back together and make it different shapes, but then if I could manipulate energy, then I could like take the lights and like move it around and like dim it and like freak people out. I think energy, that'd be super cool. What was the worst nightmare you ever had? I had a dream that I was, okay, this is gonna sound really weird and a little bit morbid, but I was like 13 when I had this dream, and I had just watched my first horror movie, and it wasn't even that scary, but I don't know, I just have a weird mind. So I had a dream that I was in my house, and I walked in, and for some reason the entire interior of my house was white. Like all the walls and everything had turned white, and there's a woman who just started screaming at me, telling me she wanted to kill me, and then she came at me and killed me with an apple core. That's about it. Would you rather spend 1 year with your one true love to never see them again, or the rest of your life with second best? When it says your one true love, does it mean your one true love for that time or for the rest of your life? Like, if I was to spend 1 year with my true love, and then I would get married and spend the rest of my life with another true love I found, then I would do that. But I mean, if it meant I was never going to get married again, then I hate saying this, but I'd probably spend the rest of my life with second best, because I couldn't be not married for the rest of my life. But it's really hard. I don't want to answer that. All the sequels, remakes, adaptations, rip-off in movies nowadays, good or bad? I think it just depends. I'm not a huge movie person, just because I have trouble sitting down and watching a whole movie. I don't have the patience. So I'm gonna go funny. I think that they're entertaining, and that they are just a movie maker's attempt to make a good movie. And so, I mean, I don't want to say that they're bad, but I think that they're entertaining. Would you rather be dirt poor and emotionally fulfilled in life, or be rich and beyond imagination and emotionally dissatisfied for life? Poor and emotionally fulfilled, because I'm an extremely emotion-based person, and if I have to be poor to be happy, then so be it. Do you have any secret feelings of racism to any group of people? I think we all want to say no. Let me explain this a little bit. Okay, there are a lot of people that would not date outside of their race or outside of, their class, but in my opinion, a person's a person. And I mean, some people are just like, oh, I wouldn't date a black person, I wouldn't date an Asian person, I wouldn't date a Hispanic person, I wouldn't date a white person. It's just, in my opinion, it could be the same person that would be on the inside of another skin that is inside of a different skin. And you're just like basing it based off of their race or their class or whatever. So it's just really, it's frustrating when people judge by appearances. And so I really don't have any feelings of racism towards people by appearance or class. I think I'm fairly judgmental of the people that are classified as like stoners, or people that are under the influence of certain types of like addictions, because I've had family members that have passed away from that, and I know that it was, I don't know, I feel like people are making poor life decisions, and that it's only going to bring them down. And so I think, if we're being honest, I have some secret feelings of racism. That's not really racism, but yeah, I have secret feelings against those people. I try not to judge people, but it's really difficult. Would you rather be the only person in the world that can read minds, or have everyone else be able to read minds except for your own? I don't want to read minds, so I think everyone else can read minds except for mine. They can't read my mind. If everyone in the world would automatically only know one language, which language would you choose? Italian. That'd be kind of cool. If you were old enough and not in a situation where it would be inappropriate, would you sleep with one of your past school teachers? I never really had a really attractive teacher. I never had very many guy teachers. I only had 2 and they were both old, so no. A world without religion, good, or bad, or neutral? Bad, I think. In my opinion, this is where it's going to get kind of heavy, I think. Because religion is a very touchy subject, and it's something that's important to me. And so, I think bad, because everyone needs something to believe in, whether it's a religion, or whether it's belief in love, or belief in some kind of greater power. Everyone needs something to believe in, and I feel like people's lives tend to be a little bit more meaningless to them when they don't have something to believe in. And so I'd say bad. A world without religion is bad. Because then no one knows where they're going. Everyone thinks that their life is just their life, and I don't know, it's just a little complicated. I'd say bad. The men's rights movement, legitimate, cause, or laughable? I researched this a little bit after I watched a couple of people answer this question, and I think it's definitely legitimate. I think women are taking the women's rights movement a little bit too strong, and they are trying to say like that women get custody of their kids, even if there's cause against them. And it's legitimate. It's definitely legitimate. I think men have equal rights to women. Women can't impose their rights more than men can. If you could eliminate one of your 5 senses to substantially strengthen the others, which one would you do? Confession. This is going to sound really weird, but I actually have no sense of smell. I've never had a sense of smell. I was born without one, or I lost it when I was very young. I'm not sure which, but I don't have a sense of smell. I have all my other 4 senses. In case you're wondering, I can taste. A lot of people wonder that. I can. And so I don't want to eliminate any more of my senses. Do looks mean anything to you? Don't lie. Could you fall in love with someone you thought was ugly? Yes. Looks don't mean very much to me at all. In honesty, I usually fall in love with someone because I've been friends with them for a long time, or because I know who they are, but then their looks become something so incredible to me, and they become beautiful, and they become perfect. And so I personally would never think that they were ugly, but I don't know what society would say. I think the person I'm with right now is very attractive. Can you understand the mindset and logic used by the opposite spiritual opinion, an atheist understanding the belief in a higher power and vice versa? I can't exactly understand the mind of an atheist sometimes, not saying anything against the people, but I've tried thinking about like the logic in there not being a higher power, and it's really difficult to explain certain things, and so it's difficult for me to try and explain how things got here without saying that there's a higher power. So I don't really want to get too much into religion any more than I have in this video, so because I don't want anyone to think that I'm against any people on here. I don't want any subscribers or unsubscribers based on religion. And so, yeah, that is my answers. And I hope you enjoy this. It's not really too relaxing, probably a little bit more relaxing than my first video, but I just wanted to get another video up there so that I can diversify my videos a bit. And I will be posting a couple more maybe this week. One of a ramble while I'm packing for a weekend trip, and I might do another roleplay. Okay? Leave any requests or ideas that you have for my next videos below, any comments, criticisms, anything like that. Feel free to leave those. Okay, have a great day.